Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Nights. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you might be, for some more D&D fun. We're going to get started here in a second. Just our scheduling update as we're getting close to the holidays. I don't think we have many things that are getting canceled, at least not like next week. Over this next week, though, I think do we have any streams? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we do until next Saturday. So light programming week, I think it just so happened to be.
Is it Almost or True Thursday?
Oh yeah, wait, okay. Almost or True is this Thursday. That's
my calendar.
Right.
Hang on.
I've lost all sense of time. Almost or True, our Monster of the Week campaign. Is this the last session?
No, I think we're having two more of this particular iteration.
So we are getting close to our finale for Almost or True. So come and join us. If you haven't watched any of them so far, you can check them out on YouTube. Aren't that many, so you could probably get caught up pretty quickly. And come hang out with us. And have you announced what we're doing next yet, or are we? Yeah. So afterwards, we're going to be transitioning to playing Tales from the Loop on those Thursdays. So come join. And then, I don't think we have anything else this week until next Saturday. We'll be back doing this again. This exact session, actually, you guys need to memorize your lines because we're just going to do this we're going to do a repeat episode. Anyway, I think that's it. We had Tidefall last week, so check that out in our VODs and soon to be on YouTube. And then I think the next one you guys would normally play on the 25th, but that's going to be not happening.
The next Tidefall is New Year's Day. Bringing in the new year with some Tidefall.
Perfect.
Heck yeah.
So come hang out and join us for that. And we played some Forest last night, but don't watch that video. It was a disaster.
I definitely watch it.
I'm so stoked to watch it, y'all.
You can probably skip through the first 15 minutes of it though. While we're trying we tried some weird stuff out in the forest. And it was two mixed results. It ended very well, I think, though.
They did the weird stuff.
Yeah. And I think we're going to do some more video game streaming over the next couple of weeks. There's been some talk of doing, I really am going to pull this group together to do another Destiny 2 raid. I think the plan is to do that next Saturday, but I need to confirm that with our clan. But we're going to try to do that because the last time we did it, it was nuts. So we're going to see how it goes this time. I think that's it. So without any more stalling, let's get back into the game. Last session, you all escaped from the depths. Finally, you had a brief conversation with Zariel, who had captured you. You escaped her clutches through the help of your new BFF, Azon, the exiled, and you jumped through the portal, fighting off some pit fiend and some other devils, and just narrowly avoiding a conflict with Zariel herself before reappearing back in Quildun, where you found things a little bit different. The town had been repaired from the attack. Everything seemed to be kind of back to the way it was before, except for this giant rift in the center of the city, which is suppressed and sealed by the mages of the Arcanus Imperium that are present in the city. Hilda had a brief sort of reconnection with a member from her past, or a figure from her past, the dean of the college that she studied in, and then you went and claimed your reward from Lord Alabaster, who thanked you for everything that you've done for saving him and the city, gave you your 10 G's, cold 10 G's of gold. That's what the G stands for, I guess. And so you got 10 gold pieces, and then you were given a town, or not a town, you were given a guild hole. I went really far back into an old campaign where I gave people
we did have a town one time.
But no, this time you guys were given a guild hall that you could refit to your purposes. It was going to take 6 months for it to be fully rebuilt. It was kind of from the foundations of a previously destroyed building in town. And you decided to take the 6 months off. And before we get into the cliffhanger we ended the last session on, I want to talk a little bit about what everyone did over their summer vacation. Quite literally, because we're kind of towards the end of summer with the months having passed. So, what does everyone do? I guess first let's just talk about some equipment changes. Some of you got some new gear and I want to hear about it. Let's start with Finn, because you had a couple of things.
Okay. Well, we didn't end up making the rapier out of the obsidian shards because
you don't use a rapier.
Melee skills when you can add it to a gun and make the gun stronger. My gun does fire damage. Nice.
So your gun got an upgrade over the time period, and then you got something else too.
Crafted a rod of the Pact Keeper that is in the shape of a very fine rich person's walking stick.
Nice.
With the head similar to the barrel of the gun, so it kind of matches.
The dragon thing. Cool. So that's what Finn made. Hilda, you made something, but not for yourself.
Yes, I sort of reverse engineered the Amulet of Health that I have and made one for Finn.
Now I'm tanky-ish. I'm as tanky as Hilda. Yes.
I would not call either of us tanky, but
we're more than 103 hit points.
You both have hit points.
True.
Though.
We do. We have some hit points.
Perfect.
Not as many as some other people in this group, but that's fine.
And then Hilda just did a bunch of studying, I think.
So much. She just became a hermit for a while.
You got some time. I mean, you haven't had a time to really dive into the books lately. I imagine it's something that Hilda really enjoys.
Nope. It's like a way to decompress from being in hell for a while.
Yeah.
Spend some time with their good friends, some books.
Yeah. So Hilda spent her summer with some books. And what did you do, Jules? When did you craft or have crafted?
Jules has taken a new tack on her weapons training because she doesn't use her weapons that much. So she's got some stuff that's a little bit different. So I have a fancy new club. A very large...
Not just any club.
It's a very large magical great club.
Oh, dang.
So she is now wielding this sort of very large, kind of flat, spiked on one side club, because she has a fancy new animated shield that she doesn't have to hold in her hands anymore.
Oh.
So yeah, there's probably a training montage of Jules working with her new shield that kind of hovers around her and swinging a giant club.
So is this thing sentient?
Nope, it just floats.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a big floating. +2?
It's a +2, yeah. So it gives me a +4 to my AC.
Nice. Okay, so you've got your new shield and a big fancy great club.
Yeah, it's very Avengers.
Which that's just a +1.
Oh yeah, it's just a +1 great club. But yeah, so she's been swinging around this big club, and working with her floating shield.
Nice.
Okay.
And then Chad, what did you do?
My AC is 23 now, I think.
Nice.
Or 22. Hold on. I'm gonna look because I want to know.
18 + 4 would be 22.
It's 22, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Chad also upped his defenses, but did not think about getting a shield to do the work for him because he's never been much of one for shields. He just got even better armor and made it so that it doesn't go clink, clank, clank, clink, blah, 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 and make lots of noise anymore. So he now has +3 mithril plate armor.
Nice. So some non-chunky plate armor for our boy. Cool.
And Jules has just gotten chunkier.
Cool. I think that's it for gear. At least everything I remember that you guys told me. You also did some upgrades to your. We finished your guild hall. And I said, everyone has their room and kind of some space to work with it. Any highlights you guys want to share? Ideas that you had for how your guild hall looks, or
Ben's wardrobe is larger than his actual room, and it's just suits.
just suits? Just have a tiny little room and a huge wardrobe. Perfect.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's perfect.
All right. Any other highlights?
I mean, I wrote some ideas down on the thing. I don't know if everyone agrees with said ideas. I can list a few of them.
I do agree with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of the common area layout room stuff, yeah, I think those are all pretty
Okay.
good.
So Hilda kind of spearheads the design
Yes.
of the guild hall. Okay. What do you got then?
Yeah, so there's like some bedrooms for everybody, like you said, as well as sort of like a barracks area for our new friends, our recruits to our guild. There's also like a dining hall and like a sparring area for like training. So where this montage that Jules was having would have been in there. I also like the idea of there being sort of like a central like courtyard, sort of like in the middle, so it like lets in a lot of light to the other rooms. And in that courtyard, there's like a little shrine to get this. There's like a nice big tree there or something.
Nice. Yeah, definitely doable.
We like commission like a druid to like grow into being a big tree.
A big tree there. Yeah, definitely. You definitely do that.
Yeah, and then we also have like a teleportation circle there.
Okay, I remember talking about that last time. So you got your teleportation circle, got a big common area, some sparring grounds, and then other things that you guys need. You have some like a barracks for future guild members, of which you recruited 6 last time. And I think we've specifically had one dedicated to being a butler / tailor / clothier, sort of an administrative.
I need someone to iron
expert.
and like dry clean my stuff. Okay, I need someone to mend it.
So we're just gonna label this person as sort of just the administrator of your guild, and it's gonna do kind of can help with the day to day and some of the little more mundane aspects of it, like clothing and.
I'm picturing Alfred.
Alfred.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like they're an older person.
Yeah. Okay, maybe they used to be an adventurer. Now
took an arrow to the knee and now decided to help.
Exactly. Okay. Now I'm just imagining it's a Skyrim guard. They actually wear the helmet. You don't know what their face looks like. Okay, so we've got them. Do we have a name for this person? You guys have any name ideas? It's not Alfred or Winston. This is a big
manservant.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Oh man. Herb.
Huh? Herb. Sure, let's go with Herb.
Yes.
Herb. They are a halfling.
Ooh, halfling friend.
Adventurer. Okay. Former adventurer, now guild administrator. Okay, perfect. So we have them, and then you guys have 5 other people. Anything specific, or they're just adventurers that are going to be in your guild and work on smaller contracts and stuff?
There was Mage Apprentice put down.
Mage Apprentice?
To help with the
help with some magic stuff that Hilda could like tutor and such. So he knows a little bit of magic.
Okay. Sorry, I'm changing the music here for a second.
So
apparently we're having some trouble with that one. So let me know if you have issues with that one too. Okay, so mage apprentice, mage friend to help Hilda. Do you have a name for this individual?
Do I have a name? Copernicus.
Copernicus. Okay. That's a good one.
Joseph, get at me.
Let's go with a Dragonborn. Haven't had a lot of those in the campaign.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else have any ideas, or you want to go with those for now?
I think we have someone who is kind of the in-house blacksmith / armorer.
Okay.
Mostly for the recruits and the people who don't have, exclusively magical gear anymore.
Yeah. So blacksmith armor. Do you have a name for this?
Let's see. They are Jamund, Jamund.
I like it.
Jamund.
Wait, say that again. I'm adding this to our guild hall.
Jamund.
Let's make this person a drow, because we haven't. That's one of the more common races of Ishwarnan, and like we have a lot of those in our group. Okay. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Huh?
That works. So essentially, like 3 kind of administrative, like people be around the guild, and then 3 adventurers, mercenaries, people the type that have joined for the event. They're probably like one team that goes out and does some work. And we'll describe them as needed.
Magnus, Taco, and Merle.
Oh God.
No. Or yes, unless.
Okay, so we have that situated. You guys did that. So a couple of things that we talked about that already happened. You went to, a few of you traveled with Jules to her hometown. You got to spend some time there and at the Rusty Cog. Is that the name of it?
Yep.
Just pulled off the top of my head. Didn't want to have to look at my notes. You spent some time at the Rusty Cog and met Jules' mother and some of the other people of town. Also, I think you got to learn a little bit about Jules. You learned that she's got a little bit of a reputation in this town. A good reputation. I think a lot of people know Jules' names and talk to her in very sort of well, she's a bit of a hero around the town. And so Jules is probably very awkward for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how does Jules react to all this?
She hates it.
Oh.
She's nice to people, but I think very stiff upon first arrival.
But I think they probably hear a little bit of the story of Jules saving the town from an avalanche, and saving a lot of people's lives in the process. So, yeah, it's a bit of a local legend. But you spend some time there, a couple of weeks. Eventually, the fanfare dies down a little bit, and you guys get to have some relaxing time there. I think from that point, Chad, you travel home for a bit. What we talked about, back to Glanbala. Make sure I have the right one there. Yeah, Glanbala. And I don't remember if you said it. I think Hilda goes there too. I don't remember where we specified last time.
Wherever the books are, which I remember there weren't as much in Quildune.
Yeah, not as much.
So
Sebastian has a modest library, but not much. So you travel, the two of you, I imagine, go back home for a little bit, or at least what was home before all of this started.
We started adventuring, yeah.
So a couple of things that we can specify, but I want to open up to you guys first. I have one thing specifically that we're going to do with Chad, and then, but before I do that, does anybody else have anything like that they thought about that they want to do or play out before we get caught up?
I mean, this would be going like very far back. Well, I don't know. At some point, Hilda would go talk to somebody from the Arcanist Imperium. And so I don't know what point is the best for that to happen.
I mean, that's whatever. I mean, we can do that now. Say it was after you got back from the bird, before you left, whatever works better for you.
Okay. It makes sense to me that it would be before we left to go to Jules's place, but I know it's backtracking.
No. This time is loose here. So
Wibbly.
Yeah. Okay. So you go and talk to somebody at the. Well, I mean, if you're talking to somebody from the Imperium that's in Quildun, there's Drustin.
Yeah. Okay, but probably would have conferred with everybody first.
Yeah, we could do a little bit of, like a scene there if you guys if you want to play this out.
Okay. Everyone, I think it would be good to sort of report to the Arcanist Imperium about sort of what's happened here with the portal and everything, but I don't know how much I should tell. I mean, Chad, you were kind of a major part of it, but I don't want people to know about that if you don't want people to know about that.
Oh, gosh, that is...
It looks like they were sort of maintaining the portal or whatever they were doing here. I'd like to learn more about that.
I mean, I guess if they would know how to make use of my blood to seal it for good, that would probably be for the best. And then this is both in character and out of character. I assume the Arcanist Imperium is mostly a well-respected and trusted organization. Like, there'd be no reason for Chad to be like, oh, what would they do with my blood and things like that.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
I think they're fairly well respected. I don't think, especially Chad not being a magic person, I don't think would have any reason to, unless you distrust magic, which some people do. You're probably ambivalent about them.
Yeah, I mean, Hilda trusts them because magic and knowledge should be shared. And yeah, I mean, like, doesn't think there would be anything nefarious. Not to say that there wouldn't be, but you never know.
Yep. So yeah, I think, maybe, I don't know if Hilda would want him there for like the introduction. It's like, hey, we're here to talk about the portal, and here's the conduit.
If he wants to be there.
Yeah, it's probably like well, let's get this over with just in case we need to, in case they run us out of town for it.
I'm hoping it does not come to that, but thank you for willing to come. I'm assuming this is like either like the next day after we just got back, or maybe like a couple days later is what I'm picturing.
Okay.
Or context of what I'm imagining.
As long as everybody's on board for it, you go and track down Drustin.
Yes, he was at the beacon.
Yeah, isn't difficult to find. Is up at the beacon, has some quarters there that are reserved for traveling and kind of officials and things like that from outside of Quildun. And so you find him enjoying like a morning cup of tea in one of the sitting areas and reading through a rather large book.
Morning.
Morning.
Thought you would like to know more about the portal. I heard you were trying to keep it contained while we were gone. Thought it might be able for you to hear the whole story.
Closes the book and sets it in his lap and turns a little bit closer more towards you and says, "Yes, I think that would be appropriate given everything that's happened."
Yes. So, Chad, this is Tristan. He's the dean of the college I was at. And Tristan, Chad is a descendant of Zariel.
Really?
Yes, this is a relatively recent relative discovery. But
I hate puns.
yes, well,
We'll deal with it.
One of her mortal agents tried to use my blood, did use my blood to open the portal, tried to make use of me to be a vessel for Zariel to come to the mortal plane. That did not succeed. We gave her the finger as we were leaving hell, but yes, so if
He stands up as you finish that and kind of walks towards you and then leans down to look you in the eyes and gets like really uncomfortably close and stands there for a minute and then stands back up and says, "You don't appear to be the vessel for an archdevil, so no worries there. I suppose your sample of your blood would be illuminating on the subject, so I would like that."
Yes, it seemed to interact with the stone that sort of kicked all this off, and there was. I can give you the locations of some of the other ones. It sounds like you tracked them down, but there is another one that we were able to sort of hide.
Oh, yes, we would need the location of that one as well. We've only located one other. Where is this one?
Morgan cannot remember the exact location. It was
Hilda
south
does.
of. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
in the
south
cave,
of.
down to the south.
No, it's by a city. What was that city called?
We don't have the world map in
I
front
can,
of us
I
right
can
now.
just give you the. It's
Shoot.
it was south of Grisham.
Grisham.
Yeah,
Okay. It's like I thought it started with a G.
yeah. You can describe it to him, and he just nods and doesn't take any notes, but just nods and kind of stares off at the distance as you're talking, and then as you finish, nods again and says, "All right, I'll have my agents recover it. Anything else?"
Well,
I
I'd
mean, do
like
you
to know.
have a cup or something for me to give you my blood in, or
And he fumbles around in one of his pocket, one of these pouches at his side, pulls out a small like glass vial and a cork stopper, and hands the vial over to you.
and I'll just go over and do that in the corner.
Do that business.
I just want to try and walk over the corner. Just,
Oh gosh.
He knows manners. He's not just gonna stand there bleeding on the carpet while they're trying to have a conversation.
Appreciate it.
as Chad is bleeding in the corner,
Why is that so funny?
Hilda, Dresden turns to you and says, it kind of looks you over, and you can see pointedly looks at the bells that you have, that you're currently wearing, and says, "I suppose you're still carrying on with this nonsense."
Have you know it is not nonsense? I have done some great things with these bells. We were able to defeat several archdemons while we were there in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been making notes and research, but I've been able to sort of change how some certain spells work.
Mm-hmm. So you have no desire to return to the college and complete your studies in formal?
No, I find the line of research that I'm in right now quite exciting and much better than that wild stuff that you are teaching there now.
I don't suppose the college was an appropriate place for you anyway. Never had the discipline for it, so very well, as long as you're not divulging any of our more sensitive matters, then.
Right, because what you've got there is so secretive and so powerful that it can destroy archdemons.
There's just a long pause. And then he just... at that point, Chad finishes bleeding. And comes back with the vial. He's dead. He's just blood everywhere.
Chad, not that much!
You hand him the vial and looks it over and says, "This will help with our binding ritual." And he tucks it into his pouch and says, "Very well then."
Now you realize I'm only coming to you because you seem like my quickest road to getting this information to on the Canis Imperium. You know that, right? It's not because I actually want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, I appreciate that you took the time to help. Despite our academic disagreements, this is beneficial for all parties.
Right.
Can I roll insight to try and get to try and figure out what the nature of their previous relationship was? If it is purely academic, or if there what else is going on?
Sure.
I mean, if you
make that insight check.
That's a 21.
Oh,
21.
dang.
I mean, Hilda, unless I missed something from your backstory.
No, this is purely academic.
Okay.
There's nothing here. Don't let Finn sway you.
Yeah, you get the sense of this is sort of a teacher-student relationship that is strained, and no longer kind of broken. No, strained is a nice word. It's just that it's purely academic, purely business.
Okay, that it is just academic and it's not something else being hidden by that. And I think Chad.
No, I mean
Hilda is more or less the extent of Chad's formal education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tutors before, but certainly not a college. Doesn't have experience with professors in high academia.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think you get any subtext to this conversation other than what's being said. They're really being very open, talking to each other right now. Okay. So, but he says, "And I can't offer you the same credits that I would for your summarizing of your events beyond the boundaries of the material plane, but should you wish to compile a manuscript of detailing your encounters, the Imperium would be willing to offer a modest payment for such knowledge."
Well, I was working on some research for it, so should have it to you shortly.
Excellent. I'll be here. He kind of sits back in his chair, cracks open his book again, and takes a sip from his comically small teacup into his large Goliath hands.
It's like, man, I love it. All right, Chad, let's go.
Which makes that whole conversation all the much better is that, like, Hilda only comes up to, like, his knees.
She's so small in comparison. I love it.
And she's
so
just
much.
sitting there, like, standing up.
So
to him.
mad.
I
yeah,
love it.
she's just a little ball of anger the whole time, Chad.
So she's essentially a toddler talking to the parent.
It looks like it, except for, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, that kind of brings me into a few of you also did some research during this time. You accomplished that as well. And whether there's anything you guys want to share amongst yourselves, I sent the research to the appropriate parties. But we can get to that. Let's see, Finn, I know you talked to me a little about what you did, but you're keeping that kind of hush-hush right now. But you and Azon go off and have a little bit of an adventure. The two of you. Azon, because we talked about it, has his hat of disguise and takes the form of a modestly handsome tiefling. Just because close enough to his actual form.
The horns.
So, yeah, nice sort of
smile.
Yeah, a sort of like bluish white skin, similar to his normal complexion and coloring. Shorter horns. His neck is totally fine. Totally normal neck. Yeah, he just kind of a little bit on the thinner side. Again, it's pretty much just like a diluted version of his normal, fully fiendish form. And yeah, he'll travel with you on that. Is there anything specifically that you want to like play out, or any conversations that Finn wants to have?
Only when he gets back, Finn will be really happy to show everyone the poster of himself he found.
Okay. So, yeah, Finn comes back and in the guild hall, and maybe this is towards the end of your 6 months, and you show them a unscrolled piece of parchment with a rather accurate depiction of Finn's face on it.
Minus the scar. Saying, wanted, dead or alive, 1,500 gold. Oh, yeah. That boy is famous.
Finn, what is this?
A very low amount of money is what I think it is.
Did you make this yourself? Are you like trying to turn yourself in for something?
No, I found this one. This is because people weren't happy with me being there.
He's telling the truth. We found it when we were at the tavern. They were all over the place. I mean, not all over the place. There were like 2. Apparently, he's famous.
I'd like to snatch the poster. Is there reasons why he's wanted, or like who wants him?
I think you did give me a list
poster?
of...
Theft, cons, pretending to be nobles, identity theft.
Actual theft.
Just your basic.
I mean, this list looks like it sort of checks out.
I only stole from the rich.
Okay.
Because the poor have nothing to steal.
As Finn explained to me that stealing from people that have more is better. So.
And then we give to the less fortunate.
We didn't give anything to anyone else.
We're less fortunate, so technically
we are not less fortunate.
Azon, do you own anything?
Can I what?
Do you own anything?
Do I?
Less fortunate.
Flashes like a couple of daggers. I got these.
Infinite of these.
Infinite daggers.
Apart from that.
Great. So you are a wanted man.
Whereabouts am I wanted? Voice in the sky.
Oh, whereabouts? Oh, geez. I don't know. I think it specifically references that any information or to collect your reward to do so at probably Dunklock, which is I'll take us over the map so you guys can see like a port city.
Yeah.
We just need to avoid that area. Oh, but I can change how I look, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
And I'll just change into Chad, and then into Avon, and then into Jules. I'm just gonna have fun changing.
Wait, I can do that too.
And Ethan also starts changing, so the two of them kind of like
Great.
strobing together.
Oh, this is
Well-
wildly unsettling.
Oh, this is fun.
Okay, so I mean, I guess do we have to worry now about like bounty hunters or anything though?
The rest of this
It's like a
conversation
lot of
will be
money.
Sebastian. No, it should be good.
You haven't
no
seen
demons.
You have not seen any wanted posters for Finn here in Quilden.
Except for this one, which is going in his room.
Sure.
Yet.
Well, what you do on your own time is your business, but
This was before I met you guys. Thank you very much.
now you've got the guild's name on your back, so just please be careful.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, what you do now affects all of us, Finn, so. But I guess we'll do our best. I mean, like, what if the council lord finds out about this?
I don't think he needs 1,500 gold.
I meant, like, what is he gonna do about our guild status if he knows that
You're a
he's
wanted criminal.
promoted a wanted criminal?
Yeah, what would Chad know about extradition treaties and stuff between the holds? Because
Yes.
like Finn is kind of like a hero of the realm here in Quilden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you all
But
are
if the cops came knocking,
To some people, I'm a hero in the other town as well.
yeah, I mean, there's not really a formal like extradition process. If a bounty hunter came here to look for Finn, they would take them
They'd
to where they get the
die.
reward.
okay.
I mean, if the guard found out, they would probably arrest him, and then he would be transported to wherever he is being charged with these crimes.
Ugh. All right. So what do you want to do about this, Finn? Sounds like nothing.
Hanging up in my room and trying to increase the price.
I mean about being wanted, not about this.
Nothing. So it's cool having a poster.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. But also,
I can make one for
we could
you.
just- no, we can just hire somebody to do that. You don't have to actually break the laws. You can get the cool poster.
I'm saying I was just going to forge one for everyone. So mine blends in, and it just looked like a fun thing you did on a holiday.
I could went to
Okay.
one of those old west towns and got our pictures taken.
Ye old photo booth.
The old photo booth.
Perfect.
Well, I guess we just need to be careful. You be ready with that changing thing you can do. That seems new. Can you do that before?
Nah. I needed to change my look because there was a picture of me up on a wall.
Hmm.
Sebastian may be hated in that town now, but that's Sebastian's issue, not mine.
You little stinker.
He ran out without paying the bill. Such a naughty guy.
So, with the wanted poster hanging up in your room, Finn, and yeah, I guess that's what Finn does with his summer vacation. Unless there's anything else.
What does Chad do?
I'm going to do that in 1 second. I
Okay.
want to give Jules an opportunity because we did the stuff in your hometown. I don't know if there's anything you want to play out there or somewhere else. If you have any ideas, we can do that. If not,
I don't know. I mean,
I would be asking what she did to become a hero. And I will only be referencing her as Juliana.
You know
That's
she's gonna
some
get worse if you don't
information.
tell him, right?
You should never have provided me with that name. That was amazing.
I don't think Jules did. I think her mom is responsible for that.
Mom.
Yes, that's my name. Not ashamed of it. It's a fine name. Juliana.
Yeah, but what's the story we keep hearing about?
Yes, Ice Walker.
Do we have to do this? Do we have to talk about this? Can we just not?
You'll ask everyone in the town.
Oh, God, please don't. They'll
He's got
tell
the
you.
point.
You could start a theatrical play, reenact it.
It's really not. Everyone makes a much bigger deal out of it than it actually was. I think. So, my village, right, is at sort of the base of this giant mountain, like they are here in Ishvonen. A few years ago, there was a bad storm. There was an avalanche that was sort of triggered by something, a storm, and it covered about half the town. There's sort of a line now where you can tell where a lot of things have been rebuilt. And because of that, a lot of people were in trouble and buried in their homes. And because the snow and ice don't bother me like they do everyone else, I walked into an avalanche and dug a bunch of people out. And so no one died.
Actually, that's pretty amazing. I don't know why.
It's really...
I mean, I get why you don't want to make a big deal about it, but you save a lot of people.
Should be Ice Digger, really.
Well, it's because I was like, I can walk across ice without, and snow without like sinking or slipping or... Anyway, it's really... Everyone makes a big deal about it. I wasn't gonna let half my town die, so I pulled him out. And now it's been a few years and no one will stop talking to me, which is pretty much my worst nightmare.
So you're an actual bona fide hero.
I guess.
Well, I get why you don't want people to make a big deal about it, but they just want to show that they're grateful.
They were grateful they'd buy my beer instead of calling me weird nicknames.
I mean, you should tell them to buy your beer. I bet they
do.
would.
They do. I don't give them enough credit. It's hard going home now. It's really big shoes to fill because every time you call home, everyone wants to hear about the next great adventure and the next heroic act. And
oh yeah, you gonna tell them about the guild hall and stuff, or should we be quiet about that?
they'll find out eventually. They always do. I don't know how my mother does it. She always knows. It's very distressing.
I mean, and there was the whole thing that we went to the hells and now we're back, so... Dang, guys, when I think about it, we all kind of a big deal.
Yeah, so now I can tell them that it's all of us and it's not just me.
No, don't worry, we go to back. We'll tell them how you saved us over and over again.
Please don't.
We wouldn't have made it without you.
Please. I've got big
And
enough
Finn's
shoes to
gonna go
fill.
tell your mother right now because he can, and he really wants people to be heroes. He just wants to be a hero, so this is a big deal for him.
To tell everybody that.
Yep. It's gonna make you the biggest hero ever.
I think Jules will begrudgingly allow this to happen because she'd probably rather Finn tell the story than somebody she doesn't know.
Really, I'm gonna embellish everything so the rest of us was terrible and you single-handedly. Chad was crying in the corner and you just came swooping. It's just embellished. You're just like a god.
Great.
On
The last person to tell the story.
Oh, I had big enough shoes to fill already.
I do want Finn to make a performance check for doing this.
Yes, I want to see how good it goes.
Performance isn't that good, guys. It's only a +5.
Only.
Yeah, persuasion's plus 17, okay?
Holy crap.
21, that's still pretty good.
That's very good. It's a thrilling rendition that is put on at the Rusty Cog for many of the townsfolk.
Jules is behind the
boy.
bar, slinging drinks, completely ignoring
I
you.
will have Azon using his mask to change into everyone and act out what they like.
like
Jules is
two-man
pretending
play.
like the two of you don't exist.
It's beautiful. It's thrilling. The audience laughs and cries and cheers, and in the end, they break into an uproarious applause at the telling of this story.
Hilda, you're
Yes?
very smart. You know a lot of things. Do you think Gethys would forgive one murder? Just one?
Ah.
Just the one?
Well, I don't know about the whole like divine thing, but that might be. I mean, I'd forgive you.
Why is he like this?
Don't know.
Because the biggest, baddest, evilest thing in this play is that damn cage that I could not walk out.
The true PVEG.
Oh,
Sarthia.
That's
that
Cell.
damn cage.
Has thousands of teeth. Is an elder god imprisoned.
And Jules hits it with a hammer once and it just shatters.
Which is not far off from what actually
That's kind of what happened.
Freed the devils and saved them.
I'm gonna ask Chad. Chad, can I kill him?
I mean, you're the religious expert, but maybe if you kill him and then bring him back right away, would that count?
It wouldn't solve my problem, Chad.
But it might make you feel a little better.
Patience and all
Flashback
things.
to Jules
You just
saying,
need.
I prefer the fact that Finn's the one telling people and not me.
She does deep down.
Yeah.
Way
Just.
deep down. Somewhere in there. I think she knows this is the best way for everyone to find out.
I
I
would
mean,
do-
she likes
But
it.
she hates it.
I want to do one thing.
I think it's great.
Before the end of the scene, as you're watching this and just like fuming, Jules, there's a hand on your shoulder, and your mother walks up behind you and says, "Honey, do you think you can help me get a barrel from the back?"
Yeah.
And she leads Jules, and she's a human woman, kind of later in years, has sort of graying, long brown hair that is braided down her back, wearing kind of a dirty apron right now. She's the one that tends to the bar and actually like cooking and serving and things like that. But
Definitely
she-
not of a size with Jules.
no. Yeah, in her late 50s, but spry and as hardy as one must be to survive in these mountainous environments, and leads you back kind of to the silence of the back room, and she says, "I think we're just going to take this one up there, but I just want to see how you're doing. We haven't really had a chance to talk since you got here, and your friends seem nice and all, but I wanted to have a chance to talk, just the two of us."
I'm alright.
Just all right.
It's been a weird couple of weeks.
Sounds like it. You killed an archdevil? Or two?
Too. That part's true.
I believe it. I don't think much of... I could kind of tell what he seemed to be embellished or not, but it seems like you and your companions there handled yourself pretty well.
We tried. We made it back, so that's what matters.
I'm sure Gethys provided the guidance you needed for you and your friends to make it home. I never had much doubt that you'd make it home safely. I'm just having a hard time kind of believing all this is actually happening. I remember when you were just yay high and telling stories about how you were gonna go out and travel, and you used to talk about exploring the world and finding your father and, you know, all those sorts of things. And you're actually, now that you're actually doing it, it's something. I'm very proud of you.
It's not what I thought it'd be. And well, one of those things I still haven't accomplished, but
Well, I think you've accomplished even more than that. I don't know if your plan is to come home at any point, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But I love you, and you always have a place here.
I love you too.
Anyway, my back's killing me, so you grab that barrel, and we'll go open it for these drunkards outside. And you rejoin your group. Okay. There's one more scene that I want to do.
I have a tiny one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I want to talk to this ding dang plant.
It's ding dang. Oh, shoot.
I forgot. I kept forgetting.
Okay.
At some point.
The plant.
I don't have to do it right now, but if
No,
it
let's
survived,
pull
I
off
planted it in the courtyard next to the big tree.
Let's pull off this Band-Aid. So you go to the plant, this small little, and it's grown a little bit. I mean, it's been a couple months now, and I think it's a little like sapling that's growing in this courtyard in the shade of this large large oak tree that's been magically constructed. So yeah, you approach, and the sun is overhead and beaming down through the wide boughs of the tree, and you kneel down in the dirt and the soil, and you talk to the plant.
Yep, I use the symbol of the Earth Guardian, I think is what it's called.
To cast Speak with Plants.
And I got Speak with Plants.
One of my two least favorite spells in this game. Okay, what do you say?
Hello. You hear me?
Yes.
Sweet. Hi. I'm Jules. You have been in my pocket for a while.
Is that my name?
What?
Pocket?
What is your name?
I don't know.
Do you want it to be Pocket?
Sounds like a good name.
Okay. Hello, Pocket. How are you? Do you like it here?
Yes.
Sorry you had to start your life in sort of a hellscape.
It's all right.
Do you like know? Get this.
Yes.
What? What? What?
Yes.
Can you tell me about him?
Maybe. Kinda. Not sure.
Can you try?
Right. Very warm. I was small. Seat gave me life, sent me here. Or there. You brought me here.
I did. I wasn't going to leave you there.
Good. Didn't like it there.
Yeah, it was kind of terrible.
Like it better here.
I'm glad. I'll take care of you. Until you're huge. Like that tree.
Oh, okay.
Maybe even taller.
I'll take care of you too.
Okay.
Until you're big.
I mean, I'm pretty big.
Not that big.
You're right.
You're still like me. Or like I was.
What do you mean? Small?
Seed. Waiting to grow.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Don't know why I thought you would. Do you still like talk to Gethys?
No.
No.
I hear though.
You hear him?
Mm-hmm.
What does he say?
Not say. Feel. Sound. Wind. Sun. Warmth.
That's a little comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as you're happy.
Yes. I'm happy.
Okay. Then I'll leave you be.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye, Pocket.
Okay. Ugh, those spells.
That was a good thing.
That was a good thing. Okay. New NPC.
Pocket.
I'll do some waiting when I return.
Oh, God. And he's gone. All right. One last thing. We'll go and do this, and then Chad, if you have any other scenes you want to do. But I think there is a towards the end of this 6 months, probably about month 5 or so. You're all gathered in the guild hall, and you've been asked to wait here by Chad, who has, I think, Hilda, you would know because you're the one that has done the spell probably, or helped with the spell with the teleportation, has been visiting a few places, specifically has gone to Glanbala and then to Shiriat, the capital. And recently Chad has been in Shiriat, in the capital, for, I would guess, maybe a couple days, a week or two, maybe, and has told you, or had message sent from the circle on the other side, some of the mages there that maintain the circle in Shiriat, that he'll be returning, and that he'd like to see all of you. So you're all waiting in the guild hall. Hilda, Finn, Jules, probably Matthias and Azon somewhere lurking around. And there is some commotion in the other room, and you hear the door open, and Chad comes walking in, and kind of like turns back a little bit, and you see 2 people come walking into the guild hall behind Chad. One of them is a tiefling, a woman, a little bit older, maybe in her maybe late 40s, with long black hair, red colored skin, not dissimilar to Chad's, and golden eyes. And she's wearing a simple dress of greens and browns, and clutching to her dress is a small, probably 3-year-old tiefling girl with sort of a purplish, light purple colored skin, and she's nervously clinging on to her mother's skirts.
Hello, everyone. I'll kind of get down, Yana. It's okay. It's okay. They're friendly. Everyone, this is, well, my mother, Carmen. And this is my sister, Yana.
Carmen kind of holding on, like patting Yana's head, kind of comforting her, says, it's nice to meet you all. Yana, say hi. And she just kind of hides behind the skirts, nervously, just like one eye peeking out.
Could I have Pinker come out as a cat?
Sure.
Kind of like... like try rubbing up against the little girl.
The Topanga come walking out, and she like watches, kind of like comes out a little bit more, and as Panger approaches, she just holds out a hand and like pets Panger, and
You can pet the kitten, he's very nice.
Kitty, and she just kind of grabs onto it and begins to like rub on Panger a bit, and like starts giggling, and Carmen looks down and kind of watches her smiling, and says, it's very nice to meet you all. Cat. Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Chad's told me much about all of you.
Yes, as you
Give a
might have
nudge.
guessed.
Nothing.
As you might have guessed, this is my mother, my real mother. Found her with my father's assistance. She's now in Shriot.
Shiriat. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And has a wonderful husband and a daughter.
Wow.
She's as much as I it's a bit strange. I don't, we don't have to get into all that. I just wanted to really meet all of you, and Chad wanted to show us your home. I'm so happy that he has all of you to look out for him. Well, come, show us around. And she kind of picks up Yana, who's like reaching out for the cat, like kitty, and leads you and gets a nice tour. How much do you tell them about like what you
I probably would tell my mom virtually everything. Yana would just be like, I'm your big brother. I've been away. I've been, fighting bad guys and saving cities and being a hero. And now I can come be your big brother. Now, I've saved the day, and now I get to be your hero.
So the rest of you find out throughout their visit that Carmen, I mean, she would tell them unless you told them otherwise, Chad, but that she was sent away from Glanbala after Irina married Lord Museldorf, or Irene married Lord Museldorf and was sort of sent to Shiriat and told not to return, or threatening Chad's life. And there she met her current husband, Hubert, who is a barber in the city, and they a couple years back they met and then were subsequently married, and had their daughter Yana, and recently reconnected with Chad. But she's very sort of overwhelmed by everything going on, and Yana eventually starts warming up and running around and playing with the cat, and I think Azon does a bit of sleight of hand, not with knives, but with, coins, and like pulling a coin from behind her ear and stuff, and she starts like giggling furiously, and tries to like pull coins out from behind her ears, and yeah, they have a lovely visit. So that's a little kind of a snapshot. I don't know if either related to that or anything else, Chad, anything else that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I think maybe at some point would have brought his dad and his younger brother to visit the guild hall as well.
Yeah, which D'Artagnan is is older than Yana, I think. How old is he? Do you know?
Well, I was actually envisioning.
This is like your noble brother?
Yeah, this is Irene's son.
Ah.
I was actually envisioning him being still maybe, one or two, because it was pretty much right as soon as he was born. I was like, Chad, you need to leave.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, D'Artagnan's about close to the same age as Yana, maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So your father comes to visit you. You bring him back to Quildun. Anything specifically you wanted to?
What did you tell him about Irene?
I mean, it's very much a different sort of tone. It doesn't seem. It's relatively strained, but it's not like, oh, there's some bad blood. It's just like, so I think. Yeah, would have told you guys it's like, so here's what I told my dad, that, Irene, manipulated me, manipulated us, tried to sacrifice me. And dad was like, yeah, no, I realized that she was manipulating me too.
Okay.
But
so he's not like, you killed my wife.
Cool, because Finn would be all like, hey, sorry for shooting your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Chad was just like, in trying to turn me into a vessel for Zarya.
And he seems cool with it.
Yeah, you gather from the conversations you have with your father. It's the relationship or the marriage that they had was mostly a marriage of like political reasons. There wasn't a lot of love lost between them. But he does recognize that he did some things because of her prompting that at the time didn't really realize, some trading maneuvers and other political actions that he took at her behest and at her recommendation that in hindsight has realized the kind of the ramifications of that and her manipulating. But yes, is very, it's not like a, oh, I'm so glad she's dead sort of thing, but it's sort of a solemn like I recognize that she is dead through her own actions. And if she was, since based on what she was doing, realized that he didn't know her as well as he thought he did. Yeah, it's maybe an awkward conversation or maybe an awkward visit, but
there's the buffer of D'Artagnan to be like, hey, little brother, here, come see.
Yeah, D'Artagnan is brought along with, probably has like a nursemaid that is helping to care for him, since he is the lord of the hold or the steward of the hold, and doesn't have a lot of time for parenting. But yes, D'Artagnan is brought, who is a wide-eyed little human boy, has a lot of facial or kind of a lot of similarities to his father. And you catch a little bit of a relation between him and Chad beneath the obvious different tiefling differences. But yes, a very, very sweet little boy. Okay. Anything you wanted to play out or anything else?
I just have a quick question for Chad while his mother and sister was here.
Mm-hmm.
Does their blood open, like, do we need to be careful of them, like, cutting themselves and opening a portal to a devil plane and being sucked in? And
So I don't know 100%, but if Irene had been able to use my mother to open the portal of the vessel, then presumably she would have. So I think there's something about me specifically.
you don't need to get blood from your sister and be all like, hey, let's kind of test this. Because I don't think I should be the one asking for a 3-year-old to donate blood. But your family, so it seems like a tiefling thing, possibly. Just like, here's a vial, just substitute.
I think if it was something we would be able to figure that out. I am writing up a report on everything to submit to Arcana, so
Just
make
to
a
be
little
safe.
footnote about it, but I don't think we should be worrying them about it.
Could skip a generation thing, you know.
Well, given the kind of woman Irene was, I think if she considered that my mother having another child could also be viable, then she wouldn't have just sent her away. But I suppose it
Good
is
point.
something to keep in mind.
She does seem like a very smart and very manipulative woman. Or was, I should say.
Yeah, sorry about that. Again, for sending us to hell.
Well, we're back now. Hopefully, we never return to hell.
Except
I mean, that would be nice. I'm not itching to go back there anytime soon.
All right. So, if there's no other scenes or anything, anyone open it one last time for anything you guys wanted to do on your break? Okay.
Wait, hang on.
Okay.
Barry messaged me about something.
reminded after months of wanting to talk about the gun.
Yes. So, sometime during the thing when we're like crafting we're taking the bits of the like obsidian bits and sort of
It would
crafting
have
it
to
into
be
your gun.
after I got my wanted poster, because that's when I found out about it.
Okay, so after that, so you go on your adventure and then you come back, and then we start crafting. How's this go? What does Finn say to Hilda?
What does Hilda ask Finn? Because as far as Finn knows, it's just adding stuff to a gun.
I mean, we could try to make it more magical. It seemed like it was already had some sort of an enchantment. You were able to sort of make it appear.
Yeah, I don't know how. That just happens.
You mean okay? So what makes it appear? What do you just sort of like will it into being, or are you sort of doing like a spell to make it?
I kind of just need a weapon. Normally it's the gun. Sometimes if I need a different weapon. I'll be like, look, I need a very large hammer. And then I'll just come through a warning.
Let me take a look at that. And I would like to identify this gun.
Okay.
Last mystery can be any other weapon, apparently.
No, the gun still stays there. This is just me summoning a different pack weapon.
Okay, but how you described it, though. How Finn described it. Anyways, I want to identify this thing.
Okay. All right. So you take the time and you sit down with the the spell and can perform the identification ritual. This is before the enchanting process? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's previous, to figuring out like what we're gonna do with this. I think she wants to know more about it.
So you don't get anything like there's nothing really magical about the gun at this point. It's well made. It's a fine piece of equipment. But the gun itself doesn't really have any like enchantment on it. But as you complete the ritual, I think you do get the sense that there is something about like the gun itself is not magical, but there is some sort of magic essence imbued in it. It's kind of difficult to that sort of seems a little contradictory, but there is some sort of essence or presence buried deep within the object, and you gather from identifying it is a very old piece of equipment, and just your kind of intelligence in looking at it and see like the manufacturing of it is different than anything that you have seen before. It almost looks like it's created from like one solid piece of metal, and that other than some of the moving parts, you can't quite grasp what the mechanism of its creation was. But yeah, there's something about it, some sort of essence or something that is imbued within the gun itself that is some sort of power in there.
Finn, how did you acquire this thing? It is very curious.
Well, funny story. It wasn't meant for me.
What do you mean meant for?
Well, it wasn't. I didn't.
Did you nick this off of somebody?
Not off of somebody. Out of a chest that was heading towards somebody. Okay, this is the information I have found out, okay? Some old dude called Lord Archibald Goldwater is a merchant lord, so he's probably got heaps of money, so I don't think he really knows it. Acquired this in an auction from a collector in place which I'm pretty certain Sean just smashed his face on the keyboard. Ifrandal. Yeah.
I got
Wired
you.
me out. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
according to the seller, it was crafted by the Awakened. Apparently, they precast mortals.
Well, that would make this a very unique piece indeed.
Yeah, and so it kind of fell into my hand when I took it out of the box and walked away.
Right. Well, it definitely is. It's curious. I don't know. There's some sort of. I mean, it doesn't seem that magical when you look at it, but then, as I'm sort of examining it, it does seem sort of otherworldly in a way. So
Yeah, I couldn't do anything fancy until I picked this up.
Well, I mean, we could attempt to enchant it and see what it will do. Though I'm curious how this might affect things. It seems like you have some sort of connection to it.
Can I get what you mean? And I'll summon it into my other hand.
Kind of like rolls her eyes.
I'm gonna put some flames on it. So it can never find damage.
All right, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's see if we can even use what we got, and like holds up the bits of obsidian. And I guess we start trying to craft with this mystery gun.
It's the mystery gun. It's called Dragon Stomper.
Okay, so you craft the
Sitting onto it, and I paint flames onto the handle.
okay.
It's badass.
It's sick. It goes so fast. Yeah, you take the time to craft it and to do the enchantment. No issues there. After the process finishes, you test fire it a couple of times. It works. Has the additional like the fire enchantment and sort of imparts the bullets with a little bit of the flames. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be very effective, very well balanced, and the enchantment seems to have taken. If there's nothing else in that at that moment, Finn, you head back to sleep for the night, dismissing or putting away the weapon. And as you lay down in your bed in the darkness, kind of staring up at the ceiling, looking over and seeing your rack of a million coats or suits.
And my silk pajamas.
In your silk pajamas.
Oh my god!
Wait, do the silk pajamas? Is this like Barney from
Pretty much,
How I Met Your
yeah.
Mother, where it's like it's just a silk suit?
Yep. pretty much.
Okay, that you sleep in. All right, perfect.
You guys just jealous. You have all this armor, and I have comfort.
There is a whisper from the darkness, a familiar voice. That reaches out to you, and it comes through like static. You haven't heard this in like a couple of months at this point, and it's just like kind of static in the darkness, and then it gradually grows and grows and kind of solidifies into a voice, and you hear, Finn. It's been a while.
Is this a friendly voice?
What do you let go of me?
It
Sorry.
doesn't sound friendly. Hello,
This
darkness, my old friend.
This is the second voice, the voice that you heard when you first used the gun.
Not long enough.
I lost you for a while there.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I had to see a man about a dog, and then was in hell. So it's a demonic dog.
The time is coming where I will need something from you. There's work to be done.
I have an hourly rate these days. And there's all contract things. There's whole union laws and everything now.
I will take my blessing elsewhere.
No, I could probably waive those union. What blessing? So.
Events will come to pass soon, Finn. I will tell you what needs to be done when the time comes.
Okay. Is it bad?
The voice doesn't respond.
If I don't do it,
As you say that, seemingly for no reason, do you banish or dismiss your gun at night, or do you is it just like sitting on the table?
I'll leave it on the table.
Okay. You suddenly realize that the weapon is in your hand, though you don't remember picking it up. And it just starts to burn.
Okay. Okay, I probably shouldn't have had the fire enchantment.
And it burns to a point where you feel like the skin is going to just melt off of your hand, and then it stops. And the gun is no longer in your hand. It's sitting on the table. And you look down at your palm, and your skin is fine, except there is a mark branded on it. It looks long healed.
Do I know this mark?
No, you haven't seen this before. It's in either in a language you don't recognize or does not belong to a language.
Is Matthias sleeping in our guild hall?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to Matthias's room.
Okay.
Casually.
You're on.
Matthias is a warlock. He knows this stuff.
You do, and you hear a voice from inside. Oh,
I really just want to
hold on.
Matthias's voice.
And the there's some shuffling from inside, and the door opens. You see like in like a heavy like robe. You see Matthias go, "What?"
I'm just gonna be holding my palm up to his face.
What? Did you get a tattoo?
No. My gun did this to me.
Yikes. You should probably fix that.
I don't know what it is.
Why would I know?
You have voice in your head too, right?
That's a weird way to put it, but yeah, kinda.
Yeah, the voice in the head did this to me.
Oh, your...
So your voice in your head may be ready to attack you.
I don't think so. No, my mistress has been very nice to me.
Do you want to swap?
Looks at your hand. No, I don't. Are you worried that they're going to hurt you?
I have to do something. Don't know what. Don't know when.
Okay. Do like something bad?
Don't know what. If I don't do it, I'll rub my hand.
That's not very nice.
I know, right? I'm just gonna sit on his bed and make myself at home and get coffee.
Okay. Yeah. I guess it's, I was planning on getting up at 3:00 in the morning. Okay. Well, if you don't have to do whatever they ask.
Have you not seen my hand?
I have, but
This happened like a minute ago, and it already looks like it healed months ago.
I'm sure Jules could help you with that.
I'm gonna drag Matthias and we'll go knock on Jules' door.
Oh, okay, we would probably like in the morning. All right.
No, don't have time. This is important.
Why does everyone on this party insist on waking Jules up in the middle of the night?
I think everybody's done it at this point. Dum, 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 dum. You hear at your door, Jules.
There's silence from inside. For
Is
a
the door
moment.
unlocked?
No,
I don't know.
I don't
it
hear
is locked.
movement.
She'll open the
Matthias
door
gonna
after
have
a
to break
second.
it down. Matthias said we should wake you up and tell you this straight away.
That is
But-
not what I said.
You said Jules can help, which means
Yeah,
this
and I
is
said,
doesn't
let's-
matter.
I
Look at my
said we
hand.
should wait till the
Both of
morning.
you, shut it.
Look at my hand.
Sorry.
Look at my hand.
What?
Okay, so little thing about my gun. There's something attached to it, which is stuck in my head, voice-wise, which provided me power. Don't know what it is. It has plans for me. Don't know what they are. Don't know when they are. But if I don't follow, this happened. Do you know what this symbol is?
Do I know what it is?
Make a make an intelligence check, and actually both of you can make intelligence checks.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Oh, 15!
19.
Nope, neither one of you seen this before.
I have no
This
idea
happened
what
like
that
2
is.
minutes ago.
Come in.
2 minutes ago, the
Come
gun just
in,
appeared in my
please.
hand. But now I'm gonna walk in and make myself at home, drag Matthias in.
Okay, why do I have to be here?
Matthias,
Because
go
you
back
have
to
the
sleep.
nice voice in your head.
Can we? All right. Back up. The two of you have voices in your heads.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
this
we've
is
gone
fun.
over this before. Yeah,
Well, okay. Yes, Pensalia, mistress of whatever, cards and things.
fate and destiny. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah, cards and things. You also have one of those.
Yeah, but I don't know mine. Mine replaced the other one that was initially in my head while going.
All right, we're gonna back up a little bit further. So you had a voice in your head.
Yes.
Then
she
you
was
got a
very
new
nice.
one.
Then I found this gun. And then that voice disappeared. And then this mean person came.
And
The mean person provided me magical powers. Lets me do the amazing stuff which I do. And then when I said, what if I don't help you do whatever you need me to do? My gun appeared in my hand, burnt my hand. I don't remember picking it up.
so this just happened. It's not raw or anything.
It looks like it healed ages ago, but it just happened 3 minutes.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say, to confirm, you don't like pray to this voice. This is not like a
No.
god's. This is more like a deal type
It's a
thing.
deal I did not sign up to. I did not do a chat, okay? I
Okay.
don't sign contracts.
Listen, we don't have to bring Chad into this.
You sure we can go wake him up?
I don't think we should do that. He has an axe, and if he feels like I feel about being woken up at 3 a.m., we will have an axe and
3:05.
probably no fin after that. Let me. Do you have the gun?
I'll conjure it. Can I conjure it?
Yes, that appears. In your
Okay.
hand.
No, that's just very unsettling.
Well, I could have walked out and taken longer, but
Can I look at it? Does it have any like symbols or anything on it?
only the flames are painted on it.
Oh no, not that.
Yeah,
fin.
has a sick flame decal. But no, I mean no other symbols on the gun itself.
I will inform Jules what I found out about the gun being created by the Awakened. Don't know if that helps.
Do I know what that is?
The Awakened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a general idea because it's religious lore.
Okay.
At this point.
Does Savannah know about it?
Not really.
I have information.
Yeah, the precursor race that was.
They lost the war.
Yes,
Imprison the gods, that sort of thing.
those ones.
They came up frequently in our last campaign.
Yes, and that's why I was upset with myself because it sounded familiar.
Oh, is that the symbol you sent me?
Yeah, I sent you a copy.
Okay, so if I cover the left half of it, no, I mean the right half of it, it's a 3. And if I cover the left half, it looks like an E.
Okay. Are you okay? You said the Awakened
Apparently
created this thing.
this gun.
The gun.
Apparently. According to the dude which sold it.
Okay, I mean,
Well, I didn't buy
is
it.
he reputable? Like, do you think it's true?
Probably shady dude, but probably true because
Well, yeah, something.
have you seen any other guns which you can like pick up without having to leave a room?
No. Like I said, unsettling.
So if we can go back to hell, old mate couldn't find me there, so
We're not gonna do that. That sounds terrible. If this has some kind of connection to the Awakened, that's bad. That's very big trouble.
So, bigger trouble than hell, or
They imprison the gods.
Two
Two of them died. 2 gods literally died. The last
from
time
the
that
awakened.
happened.
The awakened killed 2 gods. So the little threat about the gods coming back and wiping them all away is I can just kill them. Good chat.
No. What?
This awakened made this, they killed 2 gods. I'm clearly amazing. I've heard the stories about you and how you saved that group of friends in hell from people. We have Chad, who's Chad. We have
Yes.
Hilda, who I think her and Sebastian have a thing going on. But we have Hilda. She's very smart.
That just seems like nothing.
Hilda being smart is not enough.
No, Hilda and Sebastian. There's no.
You didn't see the day we went to hell.
Okay, we're gonna put a pin in that for later. What are you on about?
We can save the mortal race. We can be actual heroes. Well, you
We are
already
actual
a hero.
heroes.
Are we?
Yeah.
We kind of opened the portal which destroyed this town and killed people, and then we disappeared for 6 months. Are we really heroes?
I mean, yeah, we saved an entire town, and
No, we didn't save the town. The town got saved while we were away.
I don't know.
It's
They
been
credited
outside.
us with it. Listen, what is the point of this? What are you talking about? We're gonna save the mortal race. What are you gonna do with your weird gun?
Kill the gods.
You're not gonna do that.
Well,
And if you say something like that in my room again, I'm gonna throw you out the damn window. Do you know
not
who you're
your
talking to?
god. Not your god.
Why would you want to kill the
Well, if
gods?
they're
Why
coming
would
to
you
wipe
even
out
say
the
that?
mortal race, if they're coming to wipe out the mortal race, I'm not going to be like, hey, yeah, cool. do
Why
what
do you
want.
think that's true? We've
'Cause
been over
really,
this.
For some reason, Chad's ancestor just... There was just something about her.
She's a fucking demon, Finn. They lie. It's like the thing they're known for doing.
Archangel. He's-
Yeah, X. There's a
Angel.
reason. There's a reason that X is there. Demons lie.
She's not a demon. She may not have lied.
Whatever. Devils.
Okay. Agree to disagree. She's
They
a
lie.
good
They
girl.
twist things. She's twisted, Finn. She's evil.
Listen, I'm enjoying this theological.
I told you to go to bed.
I just okay. Can we just, if something bad happens, how about Finn just tells us and we can talk about it,
Well,
like
it's
whatever
taken
the
this
thing
long.
asks him to do.
Finn, it's taken this long for you to even tell us that you've got a voice in your head, which I'm starting
Well, the
to think
boys
is...
hadn't been there for a while.
They hadn't talked to you in a while.
No, like I said, not while we were in hell. So let's pack our bags, take some painkillers with us.
No, we're not doing
We
that.
own 2 towns.
We're not doing that. We're going to figure out what is going on with you. I poke him in the forehead. I don't do anything. I just poke him in the forehead.
Okay, well we can figure this out in the morning then.
Good night,
I'm going back to bed.
Matthias. Finn, if it's not just a voice, you're not just getting your power from a voice in your head. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty amazing. I probably had it in me all along.
Or something has latched onto you.
Potato, potato.
If that's the case, what do you want to do about it?
Well, if I don't follow his instructions, I get 3E put on my hand.
I imagine that was just a power move, and if you don't follow their instructions, it's going to be much worse. They might put one on your face or something. Or they might kill you.
That's okay, you can just bring me back, but not the face.
You have a lot of faith in my ability, and I thank you for that.
Why not? You've saved the town, you saved us, you're a bona fide hero.
Not really.
Yes, really.
Alright. We'll figure this out, and we'll figure it out together. If you hear something else, please tell me.
Okay. And if I walk past the stream, I'm not going to.
I am loath to
It's
say this.
waking everyone up until it gets to this symbol. You say I keep secrets. I'm now waking you up in the middle of the night. So, knocking on Hilda's door.
It is like
Everyone may
4
as well
in the
just wake up
morning.
now, okay?
Okay, everyone's
Everyone
awake.
Finn will be waking everyone, like group meeting, and we'll get her to get some breakfast for everyone.
It's like 4 a.m.
I have 3E on my hand.
Are you sure you didn't just go to a tattooed artist and forget that?
It's a scar. Is it a scar? Is it temporary? Is it permanent?
It's a temporary tattoo.
It's a bird. It's a brand.
Okay.
No one knows what it means. Jules wasn't very happy we woken up.
Still
Matthias
not.
had a
I mean,
terrible
Jules is
idea.
usually not happy when we wake her
Still
up. Good
not.
morning,
I say,
by the
trudging
way.
down the hallway.
Matthias has had a terrible idea about waking up Jules.
I did not.
So we should go tell Jules.
Somehow I believe that this was a Finn plan.
Okay, so you
Not
guys are all
Matthias's.
around. I think Matthias just awake at this point.
Yep.
You guys are all around the table.
So like we
having
have plans for the day. We can sleep during the day. And I'll wake Chad up just because he doesn't want to be left out. And Aeson.
I think at first when you knock on Chad's door, there's a moment, and then part of an axe blade comes through from a hand axe.
Told you.
Just a
Family
little bit of a
meeting.
blade.
Yeah.
Family meeting.
I told you.
Azon is just like wide awake because
Does he
Azon doesn't sleep. So
He doesn't sleep.
Yes.
What?
Good
I
morning. Morning. Is that? Have I waited in my room long enough?
Aww.
Wait, is that what you do while we sleeping, Aeson? You just sit there and wait?
I assumed that was polite and what we're supposed to do. What do you do when you go in your rooms?
We sleep.
I get my hand burnt.
We can get you some books or something.
All right. Well, all right. Let me look at that, Finn.
Finn's gun did something weird.
I thought
What's
you
it-
said I had gone and done something weird.
Make an intelligence check, Hilda.
Me? Okay. Yo, I'm so good at these. Hopefully
Yeah,
I
that's
roll
why I
well,
went to
though.
you. Please roll.
Hang on. Let me see what my thing is again.
I tried.
You're wise,
20,
not
there it is.
smart, okay?
My intelligence is a 19.
Oh, well.
Eat it.
Yeah, she's got a fancy item for that. Let's see. That is just straight intelligence.
Yeah, just tell me what the roll is with straight intelligence.
Okay, that is 15.
Okay. But you're nah, I'm
Way
gonna have to
more if it's Arcana.
check. Yeah. Ow. Jeez, buddy.
Right. Chad.
Yeah, because your proficiency bonus, right? All your proficiency bonus are +7 now.
Plus
6.
Six.
+6. Okay, can never remember what it is at 20. Okay. Well, and your
Oh yeah,
proficient-
so am I adding to my proficiency to it?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. I was just being, secretive about it.
I see.
Uh,
Secrets. Well, in that case, it is a 21.
Okay. You don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
It is a language lost to time, but you have seen script in the recently. You're doing your research in the Book of Orisha that depicts some of the Awakened script that was recovered from the Awakened Wars, and it is it seems to be of that script, long dead language.
Hang on, I think let me grab one of my books. And then like pulls it open to a page that has like some of the script. I don't know what it says or means, Finn, but I think this is Awaken. What the script that they would use.
Hey,
No one knows what it means now, but
more
it looks
just
familiar.
in the general vicinity of, I don't really know how I talk to the voice in my head. Probably someone would be like, "Can we have this translated, please? I don't understand the threat."
There's no response.
Brace for a burn.
There's no response and no more burns, no more burning sensations. But there is a shifting at the end of the table, and you all turn your heads and look down as Matthias stands up.
Oh goodness.
His eyes go a glowing pale white, and he says, "I have a message for you." And this is where we're going to take our break.
You
We
can't
made
leave
it all
on
the
the
way
same
back to
cliffhanger
the
twice.
So we're going to pick
Oh,
up.
I love it. We went full circle.
We're going to pick up at that point, our second half here. We're taking a quick break and see what happens next. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
The fire slides to me.
Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We are back and ready to go, so I'm just going to jump right in. You guys are all sitting around your breakfast table in effectively the middle of the night. And we pick back up where we left off on our last session with Matthias in this trance-like state, eyes glowing this pale white color, standing at the foot of the table and says, "I have a message for you." And begins to silently walk around the table and sit on the floor.
All right. He's gonna go over and sit by him.
Okay. Is anyone trying to interact with Matthias as he is pulling out the cards from his pocket, begins to shuffle them and lay out one at a time, very slowly, methodically, lay out cards face down on the ground in front of him.
Might do the hand in front of the eyes thing, see if that does anything, and just a Matthias, but not gonna. Why'd I click mute mid-sentence? Not gonna touch him or anything.
Okay. Not gonna what? Yeah, you wave your hand for it. There's no response from him. He does not respond to his own name. Barely seems to even recognize that any of you are there.
Besides his patron's name again, I heard it 5 minutes ago in game.
Pensalia.
Let's mention that name. Does that get a reaction?
Yeah, I think you say Pensalia and kind of pauses, and he turns his head towards you.
And I hold up my palm and be like, "Do you know what this says?"
Looks at it for a moment and looks down and continues to lay the cards down and says, "Something very old, lost to your kind. It is not my place to share."
Rude.
Continues to lay out the cards in a long row in front of him, kind of like a semicircle.
This message from you, Pensalia, or someone else. I assume that's who we're speaking to?
This is a message you must hear. It is not mine, but fate's to tell. Your destinies have arrived. You must be guided towards the correct path.
And finishes laying down the last card and holds his hand over, kind of waving them over the array of cards in front, and then begins to speak as picks up the first card. Flipping it over, you see that same kind of abstract pattern as before. However, this time you watch as the colors and shapes begin to twist and turn along the face of the card, forming an image that you can all make out. And you see a castle on an island with a moon emblazoned above it. And it says, and Matthias speaks and says, "Travel to the citadel of the moon." And then goes to flip over the next card. And you see that same shifting pattern take effect, and you see a armored figure sitting next to a throne, their head held low, and says, "There, a child of ice and stone shall guide your path." Flips over a third card, and you see a brilliant beacon, like a light take shape. It's blinding you. There's almost no detail on the card. It's just this light that actually emanates from the card, like through it, like the card itself is glowing. And he says, "Touch the source," and flips over the fourth card and says,
and the way shall become clear.
And on this card, the form twists and turns once again, and you see a path, literally kind of twisting and turning in the distance, and far beyond it you see a pure white shining city, kind of gleaming on a golden hill. And as he flips over the last card, all four of these images displayed, there's a pause, and Matthias looks up and says,
Hurry, for there isn't much time to spare.
And the that light, that radiance leaves his eyes. He kind of blinks and looks around confused, and you all look down and you see those images from the cards have faded back into their sort of abstract coloring once again. What happened? Why am I sitting on the floor?
I'll go get a pot of coffee going. As Chad goes off to the kitchen to get that going.
You are, I think, a conduit for your lady or someone. You had a message for us.
Oh, okay. Because cards. Did I say something important?
You said something about fate, and it seemed quite important.
Fate, destiny, not much time.
Oh, so very important.
Yeah.
Well, depends. As important as what happened to my hand? Probably not, but it's something we can look at.
Okay. Is gonna like flip to the back of the book that she got out earlier, and is gonna like write down really quickly like what she remembers from this sort of message that we received.
Chad's gonna come back in a few minutes later with I don't know if the coffee's done yet or if it's still boiling. Alex doesn't know coffee.
Neither does
How long do
Sean,
it
so
it's gonna be like,
An amount of time.
this is, well, I won't say that I'm pleased, but I was actually spent some of the past few months looking into Galiak Ard, which is the Moon Citadel. Since
Yeah, I remember you asking about that.
yeah,
Ages
Dragonmar
ago.
seems to have something to do with it. So I was looking into it, and I guess, well, now we have more reason to go check it out. But there have been very few. Please hold while I scroll back through the notes Sean sent me. The legends say that the giants used to rule there, but then the calamity befell the Lord of Giants, and the Emperor was assassinated by his own royal guard. His dying breath, he shouted a curse to the heavens, summoned an eternal storm, sealing the castle ever since. No one's really been there to actually check it out. It's just a lot of magic people studying the storm patterns and the wardings, but I kind of hoped / guessed, I think, well, hope Dragonmaru might be a key to get through all that.
It might be, but to what? Why would we need to go there and eventually to what?
To
Seems
touch
like
the source.
I mean, this might be too literal, but Moon Citadel, path to the heavens, I'm guessing the Golden City was the Dawning City or whatever it's called.
I was gonna say that's what that seemed like in the vision, but that might just because I've had that on the brain lately from research, but why would we need to go there? Why whatever fate or whatever he does there.
Moon Castle within the Eternal Storm definitely seems magical, so maybe there's more magic there.
I mean, yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, but
But the
no,
Dawning City, that's like more of your realm, and kind of looks at Jules.
Oh, this is way above my pay grade.
Has get this? Does he talk to you? Has he said? I don't know how it works.
He doesn't talk so much. He did grow that plant.
Oh, you're the little one.
Oh, its name is Pocket. That's a story for another
Pocket.
time.
Just what? You speak to plants and you're judging me about having voices in the head?
I seek them out. I can try to ask.
You should probably ask Pocket. Something like that.
Well,
There's rituals and prayers and things I can do to try to get some
Perhaps-
questions answered, but it's not reliable and usually cryptic and
I mean, maybe you might have to ask along the way. It sounded like
Do we know where the castle is?
yes,
We do.
And I don't think we mentioned this, but we probably have maps of some sort. I don't know if we have a whole map room in the guild hall, but
I mean, if you want a map room, you got a map room. It seems appropriate.
yeah,
The
somewhere
floor
in
is
the-
just the world map.
Oh, yeah, there's probably
I'll put a big circle where I'm not allowed because I'm wanted.
there's probably sort of a library that
Mhm.
Hilda's sort of put together, and I bet there's a map in there.
So, because Chad's been doing research on this, dun dun dun, it will
Books.
actually be like, okay, so Galiak Ard's there. You've got Galthbala, Dunklock are the two closest major settlements. Guessing, sounds like we're not really allowed near one of those with Finn in tow, but
I can just change what I look like. Look,
but
I'll
Yeah,
go
you
green
might
hair.
need to.
Green hair.
as you know, the giants mostly live up north in the mountains, or in Ogrelek, but there are some who live in the cities there, as well as Cragdale, and I'm wondering if they might be the child of Ice and Stone, or if that's
Yeah, that was
That's
a
gonna
curious
be-
part.
Jules.
Do you have any stone in you?
I'm sorry,
Jules?
what?
Are you
I mean-
part stone?
No, what?
I'm just
With
wondering.
Your ice.
Yes, I mean,
Theorizing, we're brainstorming, we're trying to figure out what it means. I mean, you're
Why are you inserting me into weird prophecies?
because it would
Well-
be convenient.
Chad's part of the weird prophecy with that first town castle thing,
I mean, I'm
and he was going to be the vessel of someone.
Yeah, but if this has to do with Dragon Maru, though, Chad, you chose that. You pulled it out
it's
of the
not
tree.
me inherently, but yes, I guess I have the key. Is Dragon Maru a keyblade?
Yes, we're about to get Kingdom Hearts up in the shit.
Oh,
Houses in the
yeah.
castle, and
get him. Let's go.
I mean, what did it say? A child of what? Ice and stone?
Stone.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, my
Do it all on a
father's
mountain.
My father is a Goliath, potentially.
But now we'll assume you're the child.
Great, wonderful.
We might also find someone in one of those cities if it is, an actual giant kin,
I
not
would like that better.
a Goliath.
Really? You're already a hero. You may as well be the chosen one as well.
Can I not, please, be the chosen one? I have enough to
You know
worry
what?
about.
It's still early, and like I said, we're just brainstorming, trying to figure this out.
I
A
have a-
coffee.
It is a
Runs to
theory.
get it. Keeps it from burning.
Don't burn it. It's nasty when it's burned.
I have a
Alright.
business. I have my mother to think about. I don't.
Well?
I really would like to go back to bed.
Not gonna lie, guys. My life was a lot simpler before you guys had to come and say that I was a part of your guild.
You are the one saying you are a part of our guild, sir. Let's get this straight.
Potato. You still can't get that saying right. It's still potato.
Potato.
Yes, potatoes. I mean, I guess I have been
Do we
getting a
know of any
little antsy.
teleportation?
Should we go look into this?
Let's teleport there. Can we teleport there? I don't know how teleportation circles work.
I mean, I could try to figure out if there's a teleportation circle in Guibal. Guibala? Hang on. Guibala. I could see if there's one there. That's close to Gaelicard. Could do send some messages out and see, but if not, maybe we have to just travel the good old-fashioned way. It's been a while.
Yeah.
That'll be just fine. A toddler just throwing his arms around. So, what the fuck?
Hold on, give me your hand. Let me look at it again. I was gonna like sort of
Reluctantly. Yeah.
sort of like tries to also scribe down what his burn looks like.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that. I sent the image to Barry. I don't know if you want to just pop that in the Discord chat.
Yeah,
Okay. So what's the plan? You want to see if you can teleport to...
Yeah.
Because do you have teleportation circle or teleport?
I have both.
Okay.
I
You
have
could just
so much teleport.
Teleport, you could just teleport straight there.
Oh, right. That's how that spell works.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm new to having big spells.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at my...
There's a chance of it, like, having a little bit of a hiccup along the way, but you could just teleport there.
Okay, let me... click. Okay, I'm just clicking it so I can see what it
Are
says.
we going straight away, or are we gonna have a sleep first? Because I'm really tired.
We have to have.
We're all basically awake now.
It's just.
Whose fault is that, sir?
I don't know the person's name.
All right, well maybe we can...
He
start-
made me wake everyone up.
Nope. Chad already made coffee. We're staying up.
Yes, I mean, we've got some preparations to make if we're going to go. We have to make sure things are great here and get anything packed that we need to. I don't think we'll be leaving immediately, but
Why not?
because we have to make sure things are good here and we have to pack stuff. And
Yes, I'm not wearing my armor, despite what you might think. I don't sleep in it.
I'm honestly shocked.
it seems like it would be a little uncomfortable.
I mean, even though
Also,
it's made of
incredibly-
mithril, it is still plate armor. So
Okay, so meet back here in an hour. They did say time was short. We may as well get this over and done with, so then we can get back to focusing on my hand. Silas's patron came in and interrupted.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go see if Herb's awake and we'll get this figured out.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Finn on this one.
All right.
You really are tired.
Yes. I am. I don't know what I'm saying. I might be hallucinating most of what just happened.
Okay. So I would like to go get our administrator,
Okay.
Herb.
Herb,
All right.
and just like let them know that we are packing up. And then we're going on an adventure.
Herb is is it still early? Do you guys wait a couple hours until Herb gets up, or do you go wake him up?
It's like 4
Straight
a.m.
away, I went and knocked on his door and be like,
Yeah.
as I went to my room, and be like, Hilda needs to see you, and go, well,
Okay. So Herb comes to meet you. He's a little bleary-eyed and says, "Yeah. How? What do you need?"
We're going to be leaving on a trip soon. And so we need to get some supplies together and then also make sure things are okay for us to leave.
Okay. Horses, provisions, wagons.
Potentially. I need to see. Yeah, would I know actually if there is a teleportation circle in
Guibala?
Yeah. Or do I need to like reach out to somebody?
We'll kind of expedite it and say
Okay.
you maybe ask one of your contacts in the city, of like in Quildon, and they tell you that Guibala is small enough that they don't think they have a teleportation circle installed in the city.
Okay.
At least not that they're aware of. There may be some mages or someone in the city that has like a private one, but there isn't like the Arcanus Imperium doesn't have a. Only
it's
has
not
like
that big of a one yet.
yeah. There's only ones probably a couple places throughout the country. Shiriat would be one of them. The Arcanus Imperium, like the college, would have another, but they're
Okay.
hard to make and expensive.
Okay,
So.
that's why I figure that there's not that many
Yeah.
out there. Okay. What else? And then yeah, would pack. Maybe for now just supplies, or we can get them put in the bag of holding for now.
All right, will do. And yeah, he'll go and start getting provisions and supplies and everything you might need.
Okay. So I might be able to sort of teleport us there, but there's I've never been to Guibala. I've heard of it, but I've never been there before, so it might be a little tricky to land there perfectly.
is there a closer place you've never been to before but you can't know about?
I mean, I've been to Grisheim. We could go there. That's a little closer. I see somebody's doing map things.
And more, if you're gonna guess to randomly go to a place near there, why not guess the actual place?
Oh, because we presumably want to stop in one of the cities nearby and find this child of ice and stone, and not just pop down at the start of the bridges.
I will mention one thing. The prophecy did say, "Travel to the Citadel of Moon. There, the child of ice and stone shall guide your path."
Okay.
Okay.
Plus, we already got the child of ice and stone with us. This shows.
So
Okay. I mean, we could.
I think if it's a 50-50 chance going any way you
50-50. I haven't looked
don't
at
tell me the odds.
We'll tell you the
We
odds.
may as well go for broke and go for the actual place if we're gonna risk it if it's not a guaranteed teleport.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we still have to succeed on the risk and then travel.
Yeah.
What happens if we don't succeed on the risk? Do you know what happens with the teleport spell if we don't succeed?
I have not. I vaguely remember that some bad stuff.
I'll explain. So there's a chance of a mishap, which on a mishap
Yes.
you take some damage and then I roll again. It's not a lot. It's like 3d10. So
That's cool. I'm tanky. I can at least.
you take a little bit of damage and then I roll again. And if you succeed, we keep doing it until you succeed on it. You have two chances. There are two outcomes of succeeding. Either you're on target or you're off target. If you're on target, you're there wherever you meant to go. If you're off target, then I do a couple more rolls to see how far away you end up from where you tried to go. It's like a percentage of how it's based on a percentage of how far you were traveling. So your guys, it's a 60-mile pop to get over there. So it's some percent, you would be off by some percentage of 60 miles.
Which it's surrounded by water, so
Okay, so we take the foldable boat.
we all get in the boat first.
We do have a boat.
You could
Sit in the boat
actually
and then
might not be a
teleport.
bad idea.
That is a
I
good
love
plan.
that.
That's actually a brilliant idea, because there is probably if you're off target, there's probably about 50% chance you're going to end up over there.
Either that,
Oh
or
my gosh.
is Matthias coming with us?
When anybody wants to come.
Matthias, are you coming with us?
Matthias isn't level 20, but he can come with you guys.
You're invited, but not your presence is not required.
It's not required.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
We leave him and Azon to help run things.
Yes, I like this plan.
You guys have
Also-
out-leveled Matthias at this point.
Yeah. Also, we as
If-
players know this, but we're still yet to sort of figure this out as characters that we
Full
beefy now.
extent.
Like,
power,
I only
yeah.
knew I could recently change stuff.
I imagine there's a lot of Chad has a lot of bent spoons and stuff. Just like, oh god, I've just been too swole.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if Chad's able to use Dragon Mario to fly, I can make Jules, Hilda, and myself fly as well if we don't use the boat. Because we may crush someone or someone's house with the boat.
Oh, but,
If we make it on target.
but the boat is funnier.
The boat's not that big. Just
Can it be different sizes? Can't
It
we
can.
like
Can.
we could make it a full-on 24-foot long, 8 feet wide.
I will say the rules of teleporting is that you can't teleport into a space that is occupied by something else. So
Okay.
you
so
won't
there's no
teleport.
chance of us crushing someone.
No, because you're gonna.
No,
be
we
the
would just
same-
push whatever is out
Yeah.
of the way.
The elevation. I don't think is one of the mechanics for being off target.
It's not, but Lindsay did in our home game, and that was exciting.
Yeah, I did that. I did that in one of another game. Just up.
Oh
but
my
I will go by
gosh.
the rules here and say that it is not elevation is not going to be a factor, because otherwise you could teleport like 40 miles under the Earth's surface in like a cave or something, and that would be
Minecraft.
terrible.
Oof. I mean, magic's
so-
weird, yo.
It is weird, but yeah, I won't factor in elevation.
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So
But in future, if we start falling, Chad, just make yourself fly because I'm not going to care about you. Well, you can fly with the weapon, the others can't.
What if he's already used it for the day, though?
Well, then sucks to be Chad. He's most likely the one to survive a fall. We just need to keep Jules alive to bring us
True.
back. Protect Jules, and we're all good.
Okay.
all right. So you all gather your
Unfold the
stuff.
boat.
Well, okay, you gather your stuff. Everybody has all the supplies they need.
Yes.
Which we
That's
never
right.
actually
That's
talked about if we got a bunch of healing potions over the time
That's
skip.
another thing. Do you guys want to buy any potions or other
We
consumables?
probably should.
Yeah, how much is the highest level healing potion?
The highest level healing potion.
The superior one or whatever.
No, that would
There's
be
one
potion
bigger
of
than
supreme healing. That's
that.
That's 1350.
I don't think we need 4 of those. What's the next tier?
That would be the potion of superior healing. Supreme. It's the Taco Supreme healing potion.
How much does that heal?
Supreme isn't it like 16d6 or something?
It's because it's 46, 66, 86, 10d6. I
Well,
think.
first of all, I think potions are d4s, but
Or sorry, 44, 64, 8d4, 10d4. I think it's 10d4 plus 10, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Superior healing is 450. Greater healing is 150.
I mean, we got the cash. Maybe we should just get some potions. Okay.
I'm going.
Unless we have no cash now. I haven't looked at the party coin sheet in a
No,
minute.
we
Oh, we
should.
got plenty.
Yeah, we can easily get 4 of the superior. at
Superior.
450
just in
each.
case.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna make the decision to keep the gem of seeing and not take the eyes of the eagle. But
Okay.
I think True Sight is a much.
Okay, you guys did not sell the gem of seeing then.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
But maybe
I
I'll
was-
attune to Eyes of the Eagle while we still have it.
Okay.
All right.
what I do.
So 4 potions of superior healing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 4 times 450.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
And
math.
we each.
That's 1,800, which would leave us with almost 1,300 gold pieces.
Okay. Would you make that
I
change
have-
to the?
Yes.
Thank you.
I have 14 gold pieces on me.
Ah. No gold pieces on me. Okay.
We'll say that's what Aeson and I found on our trip. We're like, oh,
Oh, you found it. You found it.
yeah. It was in this guy's pocket.
Rude. Okay, who wants to hold the bag?
Oh, good
I
chat.
can hold it.
Like the bag of holding.
Yes, the bag of holding.
Mm,
Wait, if the geode's in the bag of holding and someone comes out,
No one's ever appeared in a bag before. Oh no. Okay.
Just imagine somebody crawling out of the bag.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. No.
it's Barumba. Isn't there a couple of hobgoblins in there?
Yeah.
There is.
Any
I'm
other-
going,
Okay. So you get the potions. Any other potions you guys want?
I want to make sure I have the Afridi bottle with us.
Sure.
That is
Alright.
the Hail Mary.
Okay. I will put that in the bag as well. I'm just gonna take the bag unless anybody wants otherwise.
I mean, do we have issues with like it still weighs as much as everything's in there? Or is there?
The bag of holding.
Are we gonna care about how much it weighs and then put it on one of the strong people?
I mean, I think it only ever weighs 50 pounds,
Which is way more than I weigh.
which is enough for jewel. Yeah, it's probably a little more.
That's more
I
than
think the
weigh.
bag of holding specifies it always weighs. Well, let me double check because that's probably.
I'm
not
pulling
right.
it up.
Okay.
The bag weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its
15.
contents.
Okay. That's way more
much better.
manageable
A 1
Yeah.
for someone who
5.
weighs 42 pounds.
Yeah, it can hold up to 500 pounds of materials,
Mhm.
and it always weighs 15.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
Hilda can.
Okay.
It's much different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else wants the bag.
Doesn't
Okay,
go with my
go for it.
outfit.
All right, then we'll assume everything that's in our inventory is in the bag.
Awesome.
And everybody is carrying their own healing potion.
What type was it again?
Superior.
Superior.
8d4 plus 8.
Superior.
And the supreme
Now I got
10d4
2
plus
potions.
20.
I actually got my basic potion of healing.
Nice. Okay, so you grab all that, gear up. Matthias gives you all some snacks for the road.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Azon says, "If you don't come back, am I then in charge of the guild? Is that how this works?"
You
Well,
and
look at my-
Matthias
Do you want to
together.
be?
No, not really.
Okay.
Let Matthias do it.
Okay, it's all you, buddy.
Alphabetically, though.
I'll be here, waiting
Okay.
when you get back.
Just get him to do your little death reading on you. And then just.
Death reading and Matthias goes, "Oh yeah, I haven't done that yet." And kicks Matthias.
Heck yeah.
Takes Azon off to a corner and do his reading. Okay, so that you all gather in probably in the teleport room, even though you don't really need it for the.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be like sort of like getting power off of the thing that's already there. So yeah.
Okay.
That in a room large enough for a boat.
Yes,
I
I'm
will
thinking
say
it's
this
like the
room is
main
big enough.
entry, like the main hall has
Mhm.
got like the teleportation circle.
Yeah, well, because you could teleport like a wagon, or it's probably big enough. Like if you opened up the double doors of the guild hall, you could bring in like a wagon, some horses onto the Sidbull to teleport
Okay.
them where you need to go. Okay, so you take out the folding boat. Boom, 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 boom,
I
boom.
love
Well,
this so
I don't know
much.
if we need to activate it yet.
No, we should.
Nah,
I want to,
nah.
please.
It's already unfolded. And
So you take out the IKEA instructions and figure out how to assemble it.
Ah, yes.
Are we doing the
Don't worry,
small
guys. I'm
one or
real
the
good
big
at
one?
this.
Yeah, how big are you guys making the boat?
Because
How many times are you unfolding it?
all 4 medium creatures comfortably.
Yeah, I think just the small one.
I really want extra comfort.
Just to keep us from drowning in case we end up in the water.
All right. So
We've worked out Jules can't swim.
you all get in the boat.
I can swim.
You guys can swim, just not in plate armor.
I am very athletic.
Oh,
I'll have you know.
Yeah, I'm being accused of not being able to swim. I have swum in this game before.
You all jump in, and then Hilda, you begin casting your spell, drawing from the power of the circle.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
so
do I roll? Do you roll?
it says I roll, but I like it better if you roll.
Oh,
So,
okay.
rolled it-
D100.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just to confirm, where are we going again?
You guys are going to
We're going straight to
place.
Galagard.
Yes.
but
Galagard.
we
Okay.
need to go to like the
end of the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So sort of like
Let's just try and get through the magical barrier. Just go for the
That'll go.
Yeah.
actual.
no.
And I'm
Okay.
giving this as a place that you have the description of.
Yeah, because
Not-
Chet saw it in his
I've
vision
done a
or
lot of
whatever.
research.
Okay. All right. Here goes.
We saw the card.
That is 86.
Wow.
Is that way we make it?
Yeah.
This is easy.
Fuck me then. Okay. You guys just go. I was ready for weird like percentage rolls and doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah. But the
Okay.
86 is enough.
Yeah, that's enough
Yes.
that's on target too.
Yay!
I'm gonna double check one more time.
It's like we succeeded with the skeleton rounds.
Description on target 74 to 100. You had a
Oh.
25% chance about to get that.
Okay.
Nice.
Dang.
So you sit down, Hilda, concentrating, drawing from the power of the circle, and all of you sitting in the boat, bracing yourself for whatever's going to happen next. There is a flash of light, and then suddenly there's some birds flying overhead, and you adjust and you look around, and there's you're in a set of a rocky, slightly grass-covered field. The remnants of like the frostbitten earth still melting in the new summer kind of temperatures. Some of the warmest time of the year, and then you all hear a whistling, a rushing sound, and you turn and you look towards the water as you see the waves of the lake lapping against the stony shores, and you see a wide 40-foot stone bridge jutting out from the earth and extending up over the water, and cut off from about that bridge about halfway is this torrent of air forming this almost dome, miles and miles and miles wide, just perpetually rushing and spinning and whirling around a centralized location on this lakefront, and through the winds and the whirling storm. Just for an instant, you can make out an island far beyond at the end of this bridge, and a stone castle nested atop that island.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold up the boat.
I guess we didn't need it. I had heard of these spells actually going pretty wrong before. And she's like kind of like looking at the bells, looking at herself like,
Good job.
thanks.
Have a bit more confidence in your abilities.
Right. Yeah.
Never doubted you for a second. And I'll look at Chad and be like,
Chad just rolls his eyes, takes Dragon Maru out, and chops Finn's head off. No. No.
rude.
Well, don't talk our friends.
I
But
guess
no.
we haven't had a fight in 6 months. Let's roll.
We'll take. Oh yeah, we didn't do any kind of sparring anyway.
Everybody out of the boat.
Yeah.
All right,
Ladies,
you
you're all pretty.
You all
Please.
climb out of the boat, folding it up. As you're packing everything away, Hilda, you feel a warmth in your chest. and you look down, and with a slight ringing, you notice the one of the bells is glowing.
Heck yeah.
I believe
You do that little dance.
Ooh,
do that little dance.
the platinum bell, now a luminous white color. This beautiful shimmering bell is restored to a perfect state.
Wow. Well, I've been trying to get these to do this the past 6 months, and then suddenly we're doing something and it just decides to do it.
Okay. What are they?
What do you mean?
What are they? They keep changing. You asked me about my gun, I'm asking you about the bells. Keeping secrets.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was I didn't mean for it to be a secret. Well, these, I mean, you've seen very many times I've used these spells to cast magic. They are sort of like heirloom in my family. They have been passed down to our family for as long as anyone can remember. And, well, I say passed down. They sort of pick who gets to use them next. So, and they picked me last, so I get to have them. Though I'm not sure about something about our travels and the way I've been using them. I seem to have been unlocking some sort of power within them.
That's pretty cool.
So I take it your previous family members didn't have that much magic going on with the bells?
I feel like someone would have mentioned it if they were doing something like this. I mean, we've all been trained how to use them, and in case we might be the next wielder, but I feel like my grandfather would have mentioned if they were acting like this. I mean, they feel... I almost want to say like they're getting stronger or something. I was sort of looking into it while we were during the past 6 months, but like I said, I couldn't really find out too much. Maybe it's connected to what we're doing now.
So Chad's got Dragon Mario, you have bells, I have a gun. Jules, Ice Walker.
I don't need any
Juliana.
help to be this good.
She just got the magic feat.
Just kidding. I wear 2 holy symbols, so it's pretty much where it
Oh,
goes
so
from.
you asked for twice as much power.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And
so
They have-
animated shield. That's
No, we do have that now. Yes,
Too
shield.
new.
Zooming shield, which I don't know if anybody's seen her use yet, but
They will. Maybe.
well,
So it's
okay.
not floating just generally. It's just...
No, she still wears it on her back.
So you pack up the
dinghy.
boat. Yeah. And Hilda, I did update the
I was just looking at it.
the bells with what you can do. What the new effect is. And you all stare down this impossible storm ahead of you, heading towards the bridge, the storm growing fiercer and fiercer as you approach. What do you do?
I will take out Dragon Maru, hold it in my hands, and say, I know it's been a while, but can you show me what we need to do?
As you hold Dragon Maru in this proximity, Dragon Maru, which has been sort of quiet for a while, since you left the plane, especially, have this like kind of permanent sense of like longing and just kind of being resigned to the fact they weren't get to do what they want. Now you get this this impression of like excitement coming from the blade, and and you feel this this longing to this urge to push forward. And as you walk towards the storm, Chad holds up the axe, and much like He-Man, the light, this power begins to, or She-Ra or whatever, this power begins to flow forth from the axe, sort of resonating with the storm.
You're not making it any less of a Keyblade.
Yeah, no, it's still a Keyblade. The weather, the wind and the storm begins to sort of part, forming an opening for you to pass within and along the bridge.
Whoa.
All right, well, guess it was a key.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this is going to go, so let's not dawdle. Stick close, and let's go.
All right.
I left something back at home. Sorry. It's just back.
I push Finn off the bridge.
You all, Finn is plummeting to his death.
I'm joking. I didn't say it in character.
no,
Or something.
You push Finn forward into the opening that Jazz created, and you all follow behind Chad through this storm, and you can see the howling wind, and you feel this faint breeze as you are heading through this tunnel within. But the wind seemed to curve around your group as you are walking. And after probably about 300 feet or so, the wind seemed to stop. You have passed through the other side of this barrier, and you just see this dome of storm and cloud that whirls around you in this incredibly fast yet almost slow, ominous twisting, like at the heart or the eye of a hurricane. And the bridge extends probably another quarter mile or so ahead of you. Again, the map isn't to scale without it. It's just so I could depict it. But the bridge itself extends to probably a quarter mile or half a mile ahead of you over the waters here to the island.
Can I get a sense of like what is sort of causing the storm, or like what? I mean, it's very magical in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a sense of like what is producing it, or where it's coming from, or?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
Okay. That was a natural 20, so 36.
I would say with a 36, you probably understand exactly what's going on here. Unlike any scholar before, you have this like burst of inspiration, your mind moving faster than you can even comprehend. I think it kind of Hilda sort of staggers for a moment.
Yeah.
This just wealth of knowledge pouring into you. You're not sure where the source is, but you can tell this storm, it's centered on the castle, this palace in front of you. Massive, not only for palaces, but also it just to scale is enormous. And as you are approaching it, you're all getting the idea that this is a giant's castle. Everything to scale, much larger than you would see in a human construction or another smaller race construction. Hilda, it looks like the source of this magical power, this storm, is coming from the castle, and because it seems to be hovering and spinning directly above it. And you notice something else, is that the storm, it's one storm, but it almost looks disjointed, like there are pieces of it kind of swirling together, long like drifts of storm and lightning and wind kind of wrapping around this dome. Mm-hmm. And as you approach and you stare at it, you see two of these pieces begin to break off and begin to spiral down into a much tighter spirals, two of them forming long tunnels, like tornadoes that crash down to either side of the bridge, as all of you are moving forward just ahead of where you're at, causing you to stop. And as Hilda, you're having this revelation that the castle is causing it, but it seems that there are pieces that are like this isn't this weather pattern. This is almost like a construct. You watch as those two funnels collapse and then solidify, and standing there, you see two women. Giant, standing 30 or 40 feet tall, crackling with electricity and blue skin, hair like rolling clouds draped down their shoulders, both of them with gleaming blue eyes. And each one of them stands there holding a spear of lightning as they stare down at all of you. And then in unison, they both draw their spears, spinning them through the air and taking on an offensive posture, and then lunging forward in your direction. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Uh-oh.
So we will pick up with the exploring the Moon Citadel next week.
Wonder whether I get
If we could get past the
visitors.
beefy ladies.
The twin storm giant quintessence, and see how that turns out. So we'll be back next week, everyone. Same time, same place, presumably. Until then, like I said, we have a All Myths Are True next Thursday, or this coming Thursday. And then nothing else planned throughout the week, but as we're getting closer to the holidays and some of us have time off or otherwise, we'll probably have some more streams coming up. Hopefully do some more video game streams in the near future. Check all our other stuffs below. You can see a link to our website. You can check out our other YouTube videos, podcasts, things like that. All sorts of fun goodies for you to enjoy. Does anybody have anything they want to?
And join our Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord. Come hang out with us. We love to have people there to talk to about all sorts of random stuff.
Come play games with us too.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for playing today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will see everyone next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night,
Night,
Internet.
Good night, people.
All right.